It's Monday morning and I'm busy plotting some more journal pages because it needs to do Saturday and Sundays, today's, and then this whole supply of paper here for the upcoming week with all these dots. I'm not sure if you can see all the dots on there. So it takes about 15 minutes per side. There's about 4 hours worth of doing this repeatedly all morning. I'm going to need to punch some more corners here because these are my to-do list cards. So over here, I've got my to-do list for today and I don't have enough left to last me the whole week. So that's going to be a task for later. Well, I was going to go out for a nice refreshing walk at lunchtime, but do you know what? I think maybe I'll stay inside this time. It's looking pretty grim out there. Well, I finally got my joined up handwriting working in a fashion. It's not all the way there. Today's going to be about some of those edge cases. But what's been happening is that I've been getting really annoyed with my journal. So I'll explain. So back here, all the way back in March, I decided to get Kitty, my AI, to write my journal entries for me, which it did, and then I copied what Kitty wrote into my journal by hand, just to get an idea of how much space it takes up. So here I'm recording, this is 516 words, and this is 462 words. And as you can see, my handwriting is quite messy, and I decided it was too messy, and I wanted to get a feel of what it was like when Kitty actually wrote the entries. So if you flip forwards, so here, for example, on Tuesday the 19th of March, I've switched one of Kitty's fancier handwriting, which is very good, and it also takes up less space because it's neater. Now that's fine, but I wanted Kitty to be using my handwriting, not this other predefined handwriting. So around April the 8th, I switched over to Kitty using my handwriting again, but this is not joined up. Each of these characters is a single character, and this has gone on all this time here, all the way through April, May, and it's been bugging me for months now that it's not using joined up handwriting because it takes longer because it's going up and down for each character, and it also burns out the servo faster, and Kitty's plotter is still on the old servo. I haven't switched to the brushless or coreless yet. I need to make a follow-up video on those things, but that's by the by. So I decided yesterday to finally tackle joined up handwriting once for all. And I've got there. So if you look at the screen over here, you can see hello world, and I can keep hitting return and it gives me new versions, and that's one continuous line for hello and another continuous line for world, which is great. However, there's a few things going on. And one of those is if I write cats and kittens, you can see there's no dots over the I's and there's no strokes over the T's. And the reason for that is, let me show you. If we take the word cats, so I do everything in joined up pairs now. So I've got CA, AT, and TS. So when I'm writing the word cats, it starts off with C and then gets onto the start of A here and works out where the center point is for all of the points that makes up the letter A. We take the next AT and work out the center point of all those A's as well to work out how far we need to move this across and up to make those two overlap. And once they've done that, we start with doing the dots on A and we slowly blend in until we finish off the A there, and we start going into T. And we'll do the beginning of T in this, and then once again we work out the offset and then move into letter T, and S is single, so we just join that. But what we haven't done is we haven't done the T. So if I'd write the word kittens, for example, K, I, T, T, N, N, S. What I really want to do is write it like this. So what I want to do now is, as it does these and works out the offsets, is remember the offset for this dot over the I and where this stroke over the T goes. So I'll write the whole thing and then go, oh, I've also got a couple more things to do. That dot goes there and then the stroke goes over there. Sounds relatively simple. It is pretty simple, but there's a few more things I need to do before then. And then once I've done all of that, I then need to move the code into the back-end server, because at the moment I'm using a front-end web page because it's easy for me to see what's going on for debugging. But once I know it's working, I then need to chuck that into my handwriting server that I think is a whole other day. Oh, and with that alarm, I think it's time to go and get on. So check this out. This is pretty awesome. I finally managed to get all the handwriting stuff kind of happening, and keep an eye on the dots over the I's and the stroke on the T. So here we go. So, I've got the newsletter done, which is great. It's taken me all day. My brain is really slow today, and didn't really have any focus. It's always fun just to chat, but I do kind of worry that sometimes with these newsletters, my own role is I need to provide value in each one. Value and entertainment, I think those are the two things. And it's not that entertaining, and there's very little value in there. It's just kind of an update of what I'm doing, which is great, but keeping people updated on what you're doing only takes you so far. There has to be a little bit more to it than that, which is also a kind of worry about these week notes video, because I'm spending so long doing the tutorial videos, and anyway, there's no self-doubt. This is all fine, but I thought I'd just catch up at the end of the day. I'm done. The newsletter should go out in 3 hours time. That's good. I'm going to cook some food tonight, and it's going to be lovely. And I'll come back refreshed tomorrow to edit these week notes. That's exciting. Okay. All right. Bye. Well, good morning, and what a fine morning it is too. I'm feeling a lot perkier today, and yesterday, after deciding I wasn't going to put the handwriting code in the back-end server because it was going to be too complicated, take too long. I mean, it's not that complicated, but I thought it's going to take a long time. I was just going to leave it until after jury duty, and I slept really well last night. Went to bed early, got up nice and early, slept all the way through, and for some reason my brain has figured out and decided for me that we are actually going to do the handwriting stuff in the server. So I'm going to head into the studio this morning and then just sit down and bash that bit of code out, and hopefully it'll work. So yeah, more positive ending to the week. Let's get this done. Well, hello. I'll give you 2 guesses for whether I got that code finished or not, but actually it's fine. I got quite a bit done. I was really hoping to get it done by the end of the day so I could get Kitty to write my journal for me. That didn't happen, but we're nearly there, about halfway there. So I think I'll carry on Monday next week, see how it goes, and we'll catch up then. It's been a bit of an up and down week, but I think we got there in the end. We actually really did all right in the end, so it's good stuff. So thank you for coming with me, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing weekend, and I will catch you next week. Okay, goodbye.